Coming up on Mountain News this morning, an Eastern Kentucky couple gets caught in a serious situation normally only seen on TV. And we have some tips on how to stay safe while enjoying the outdoors during wintry weather.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It's Monday and it's 5:32. I'm Dakota Makris, and thank you so much for waking up with us. Let's take it over to Brandon for a look at our forecast. And Brandon, not too cold this morning. I did not even schedule time in my morning routine to start my car because I knew it wasn't going to be that bad outside.
All right, exactly. You'll still probably need a quick scrape in some areas where it's just a touch colder this morning, maybe where the clouds cleared out faster. But again, just be aware of that as you head into the early morning hours. We're going to keep an eye on things today, but it is just a little bit on the chilly side this morning. Let's take a look at temperatures, and you'll see teens in the north and 20s in the south there. Close to 30 in Harlan this morning, 27 in Wise and Jacksboro, also in the warmer range. A lot of mid-20s there across the area, except for those teens up toward Irvin, Moorhead, and back toward Lexington. Temperature change from this time yesterday, 5 degrees colder in Moorhead, but 9 degrees warmer in Wise, 8 degrees warmer in Harlan. It was cold yesterday morning as well. Breakfast forecast, get your bowls ready. Going to pour you some frosted weather wheats in there. Like for a little bit more cloud cover as we head deeper into the morning, but again, I think it's a mix of sun and clouds today, and temperatures go up quick with that sunshine. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, a man has been arrested and charged with murder after a fatal hit-and-run accident during the weekend in Rowan County. Andy Baldridge was arrested Sunday afternoon and charged with murder and leaving the scene of an accident. The victim, identified as 91-year-old Lonnie Leach of Moorhead, was found beside the road on Route 1167 and appeared to have been hit by a car. Baldridge is being held at the Rowan County Detention Center. Kentucky State Police troopers are investigating a shooting that happened Sunday morning in Harlan County. KSP Post 10 received a call of a shooting on Skidmore Cemetery Road in the Cranks Creek community of Harlan County. Troopers say a man was visiting a home on the road and an argument led to the shooting. One man was taken to Harlan ARH and later flown to Holston Valley Medical Center for his injuries. His condition is unknown at this time. No arrest has been made. A multi-agency police investigation has led to an arrest in Corbin. The Corbin Police Department, with help from the Laurel County Police Department, or the Laurel Police Department, excuse me, arrested Jimmy Thomas Gilbert Jr. of Corbin. Gilbert was arrested by detectives from the agencies and charged with trafficking in controlled substance. According to the Corbin Police Department, Gilbert was found with a, quote, large amount of meth and other drug paraphernalia. Deputies with the Laurel County Sheriff's Office are investigating a phone scam. Now, we are told the scammer calls people and tells them they have won $4.5 million with Publishers Clearinghouse. People are told they must get a Visa card for $499 to collect the prize. Then they're given a phone number to call. The sheriff said this is a scam to take money from unsuspecting people. The investigation is ongoing. Well, Sunday marked the 10-year anniversary since Pike County Sheriff's Deputy James Thacker was killed in a crash by an intoxicated driver. Arlissa Williams talked with Thacker's loved ones about his life, his death, and the legacy he leaves behind.
Gone but never forgotten.
And there's not a day that goes by that me and these children and grandchildren don't speak that man's name. Not a day.
On January 23, 2012, Pike County Sheriff's Deputy James I. Thacker was on his way to Elkhorn City at the end of his shift when he was struck by an intoxicated driver. Thacker died at the scene.
I don't want anybody to ever forget the life that was lost there that day because of an intoxicated person.
10 years after his death, Thacker's loved ones still reflect on how he impacted them and the community he served.
He wouldn't let anybody do without. I mean, he would give you the shirt off his back if you needed it.
Even though Thacker's family is left with many fond memories of their time with him, they can't help but wonder what life could have been like if that tragic day never happened.
You know, it's been hard not having him, but I still have, my granddad, but it's still in my mind what it would have been like with him here.
Through loss, Thacker's loved ones gained a new perspective on life and feel as though his legacy can inspire others to make the right decisions.
Every small thing that you do has a major effect somewhere, so just always try to do the right thing, and if you can't do the right thing, or if you feel that whatever you might do is going to go down the wrong path, try to find another way out.
Remembering the life and legacy of James I. Thacker. In Pike County, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
James's former wife, Sharon, says his legacy also lives on through his children and grandchildren, who he loved dearly. A couple in Knott County were recently caught in a situation normally only seen in medical dramas or, well, on the big screen. It all started when Zach and Whitney Hurt began their morning with sudden contractions. The couple wasted no time getting on the road to try to reach the ARH in Whitesburg. Now, they weren't able to make it before Whitney's water broke, causing them to pull over to deliver the baby themselves.
We got to about Red Fox, and I told him to call 911 for the first time there because I realized that we weren't going to make it.
I was scared to death, but but just getting them to the hospital safe and sound was all I was worried about.
The couple and their newest daughter, Sadie, later arrived safely at the hospital. They say the baby is doing fine and is perfectly healthy. Oh, that's great to hear. For lovers of all things outdoors who are exploring the trails of eastern Kentucky, it is always important to stay safe. Our Chaz Jenkins talked with Wolfe County Search and Rescue on ways to better prepare yourself.
The Red River Gorge becoming more popular to hikers during the winter season, bringing in a lot of inexperienced hikers used to the summer heat.
Whether you want to say clothing or the type of materials that they're taking, and it may lead to more rescues. You know, we see more people, more rescues, so it's a typical way things happen out here in the gorge.
With many ways to prepare, including well-ventilated clothing.
No cotton materials, synthetics, especially a first layer that can wick and that can evaporate, allow it to evaporate, and then shells and other mid layers to help keep you warm that can vent.
The minimum requirement of supplies.
That's going to be water or a way to make water if you have a lot of snow around. So that's going to mean some kind of a fuel and a stove package. It's less reliable to just expect there to be enough wood and dry wood around you.
And proper footwear and hiking sticks to help prevent any sliding.
We don't really have a lot of ice around here typically this time of year, but we've had such cold weather that some of our waterfalls are starting to freeze over, so we'll get some ice climbers out in this area.
Most importantly, keep an eye out for any early signs of hypothermia.
Whenever you start to have the inability to walk straight or get the mumbles in your voices, you're not really able to think clearly, or you're making bad decisions, it's time to bail.
Keeping safe on the trails during the winter weather. Chaz Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, Hackett says one of the best ways to combat early stages of hypothermia is sugar. Candy and hot chocolate are some great examples. Well, during the weekend, 13 of eastern Kentucky's brightest business owners and entrepreneurs came together for a special demo day. The Invest 606 Business Accelerator and Pitch Competition gives eastern Kentucky business leaders to help them learn some valuable skills to help their business and organizations grow. On Saturday, the finalists were judged on their pitches, and later this year, they will compete for a special grand prize.
But to me, just to be able to have the ability to be a finalist in this, the networking and learning of the business model with our local businesses and our state and county governments is worth more than the prize.
On April, the 13 finalists will present before a panel of judges where one of them will be chosen to receive $15,000 to expand their business. For the first time in its 224-year history, the U.S. Constitution has a woman as the USS Constitution has a woman as a commander, and she's a Kentuckian. Commander Billy Farrell became the first woman to serve as captain of Old Ironsides Friday after a change of command ceremony. She previously served as the executive officer aboard the USS Vicksburg, and she is a native of Paducah and a graduate of the U.S. Naval Academy and the University of Arkansas. The USS Constitution is the world's oldest commissioned warship. Wow, all right. Well, just had this morning, a famous singer gives some of her fans a once-in-a-lifetime treat in a place of a canceled concert. Oh, you'll find out how when we come back.
A big-time cold front will swing through here tonight, bringing some flurries or sprinkles back into the forecast. I'll track it for you in about 3 minutes.